Hi, I'm John Trishler from Specialty Performance Parts, and today we're going to take a look at some of our factory integrating adapters that will give you access to certain features from your vehicle into our plug-and-play harness system. So the main thing I want to talk about today are the differences between a marker adapter and a headlight adapter or a taillight adapter, and some of the features that these are going to give you. So in the marker adapter, this particular piece is going to plug into the top of your grille in vehicles that have LED lights in the grille. So for example, your F-150 Raptor, your Bronco Raptor, they have LED lights in the top of the grille, and there's a connection right there at the top that powers those. So how that works is you just unplug that factory connection. This plugs in between. And then the other end is going to plug into any of our harnesses through the white wire, just like so. And when you do that, that's going to give your lights that have backlights, such as the Radiance or the Radiance Scene, Rigid 360s, Baja Designs, LP4s, Diode Dynamics, and so on. It's going to give them power from the parking marker light circuit, so that those are all going to be integrated in. When you lock and unlock the doors, the lights flash and so on, it's just like they came that way from the factory. So the main difference between these different adapters is where they plug in. So again, this is the marker adapter, and it plugs in on top of the grille. Now this one does the same thing. This is a headlight adapter. The only difference is this plugs in behind the headlight. So you unplug the factory connector from the headlight, you plug this in between. Again, you've got your connection, it plugs into your factory harness. So the headlight adapter, the reason that you'd want a headlight adapter versus a marker adapter, for example, is if you don't have lights in your grille, you wouldn't have that connection. So we need to get it somewhere else, and that would be your headlight. Now our third adapter is going to be our taillight adapter. Now the taillight adapter is going to give you some unique features as well, because there's one other thing that it's going to give you. It has that white wire for the amber backlights, or the red backlights if you have backup lights or rear lights. But it also has a red wire for a main reverse trigger. So if you have backup lights, or you're going to install this into one of our harnesses for backup lights, it will automatically trigger your reverse lights when you go into reverse. And if you have red backlights, or if you connect it to a harness that goes up to the front where you can interconnect it between the two, you can also power the amber backlights in the front. If your lights don't have backlights, then that white wire isn't going to do anything. It's just going to be there. It's just not going to be hooked up to anything as far as your lights go. So we're going to take a look real quick at how these plug in to the vehicle to make easy sense of this. All right, you're just going to remove this rubber cover from the top of the grille by removing these push pins from each of these holes. Just look around and find these push pins. You're going to remove these, okay? Once you do, the cover will lift up, just like this. Pull that out of the way. Unplug this connector right here. Plug your adapter in between the connector. So you hear it click, just like so. Tuck your connector back down. And then when you're done with that, you're just going to reinstall the cover and then reinstall your pins, and that's it. This is a Ford Raptor. This is going to be the same for an F-150, and the Ford Ranger is the same way, because we've got the adapter for that one as well. And probably most other vehicles, you're going to want to lower the tailgate. You're going to look inside here and you should see some screws or some bolts. In the case of the F-150 and the Rangers and the Raptors, you've got two bolts here on the inside that hold that together. So we're just going to remove those two bolts real quickly and easily. Just get your hand on the edge of it and just kind of pull back until that pops out of those sockets, like so. You hear it pop. You can see now the taillight is loose. Now we can unplug our taillight harness, just like so. Just unplugs, okay? Now let's get our taillight adapter, which we have right here, and we're going to just plug that in where we removed the other, just like that. Now we can plug that harness in to our adapter. So now we've got our harness here, And we're just gonna feed that down in this hole, all right? And so we've got that fed down into the hole now. And now we can put our taillight back. Line up your pins here for your taillight. Slide it back into the snaps, just like that. So to gain access to our headlight connector to plug in our headlight marker adapter for amber backlit lights, we're going to need to remove the top cover from this air box, and part of that is this push pin right here. So we pop that out with a trim tool. We've got a bolt here, a small bolt here, here, and here to take the cover off, and that's going to lift right off. All right, so this is our Bronco headlight parking light adapter, and this just plugs in again to the back side of the headlights, and then you plug the headlight connector right here back into it. So it just goes in between. All right, so I've got that plugged in now here to the back of our headlight here on the passenger side, as you can see hopefully there. Thanks again for watching. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe, and visit us at spvparts.com to pick up any of these harnesses or other accessories for your vehicles. And we look forward to seeing you on the next video.